guys, what is going down, and welcome to another vid. It is your boy Freeze. We're here today for a special little video. I want to give you guys a full rundown of my home gym, a full tour of the equipment, the do's and don'ts, what I recommend, what I don't recommend, a full cost breakdown as well. That's a question I get a lot. I get a few DMs, people asking me, well, first of all, like, what kind of Smith machine do you have? Where did you get your dumbbell rack from? Can't find them anywhere. What's the price on this, this, and this? What do you think of the treadmill? Like, I get a lot of DMs, so we're gonna go over a few things in this video, hopefully flatten everything out to a point where you can all see it. Again, pros and cons is gonna be an important thing. People just think, oh, it looks so cool to have a home gym. I mean, I guess given the circumstances in the world right now, if you do have the money or you do see this as an avenue of something where you're going to get a lot of benefit from, it's not a bad idea to do. Here in the Gold Coast right now in Australia, unfortunately we're not in a lockdown or anything, but you know, you never know what's going to happen. We're living in some crazy times, so I'm very fortunate to have this built out, and I feel very, you know, very happy with this investment which I've built out over these last 6 months or so. First things first, we're going to start not at the Smith machine. You guys thought I was going to start at the Smith machine. We're going to start right down here on the grounds. So first thing is first, when you are starting, if you're going to build out a home gym, the foundation is the most important thing. People like to skip the flooring because it's expensive when you start to lay out a whole heap of it. We've got over 30 mats in here. I'm pretty sure we've got about 35 mats, usually ranging from about $30 to $35 per mat. So that's, you know, just on your flooring alone, that's $1,000. And then you've got an empty gym and you spend $1,000 and you're like, I don't even have a barbell or a dumbbell or anything. But it's important. This, when I walk in here, guys, feels like a gym. I can drop weights, it's fine, it's not gonna smash the concrete. The foundation, like anything in life, is important, guys. Second, before we get to the Smith machine, I wanna say, if you're thinking about a home gym, you think, oh, it's gonna change my life, it's gonna be so much better if I've got a home gym, I won't have to go to the gym every day. Don't think just because you've got a home gym that you're gonna be super motivated to train more and stuff like that. I've seen a lot of people get home gyms and they actually fall into slumps with their training where they can't get motivated to train, and then they just build this resentment around the gym and it's in their house and they feel like they've wasted their money, and it happens a lot, guys, so be careful of that. With this space, guys, for me, this is an avenue of my business. I film a lot of content online. I've actually started training people here in person in the Gold Coast. I train them here. It's an incredible investment for me. I make money off this space. So everything in here is a investment which is giving me a return for the business, and then obviously personally I get to use it as a bit of a luxury as well for me to have for when I want to train. But you know, most of the time I like to go to a gym and train, but it's just really good to have this for those days when things are a bit busy. Whatever happens, we could go in another lockdown or anything like that, I've got the space. And in the meantime, regardless of the personal benefit, it's a business benefit for me. If you're at home, you're watching this, just think about that. Don't just think, oh, a home gym's like this, it's like this cool fad thing. This gets expensive. So I was pretty fortunate when it comes to a lot of this stuff. I got some good deals, but we're gonna run you through exactly, you know, what these retail pricings are on the equipment in here, what the equipment in here is. We're gonna start with the biggest and most obvious centerpiece, I guess you could say, for the gym, which would be probably not the most necessary thing. I'd say the most necessary thing if you're just wanting to train at home, put some flooring down, and if you've got a barbell, like, you can get racks like this, like not Smith cable racks, that's big, but if you just get like a standard squat bar rack, if you want to keep things simple, you could probably build out, you know, for $1,000 you could build out, you know, a space where you can train and have some good workouts. If you're wanting to level up, you want to do everything here, you want to replace your gym, this right here, guys, the R5 cable Smith machine. These are available at Southside Fitness here in the Gold Coast in Southport. Really great shop, that one, actually. I was very fortunate enough to get this actually second hand off a good friend of mine, my man Ruben. He actually sold this to me. When the lockdowns happened, he got it second hand from someone who was on Facebook Marketplace, and it was actually brand new, and this guy had to get rid of it. Ruben managed to scoop it up. He picked up this and also the dumbbell rack over there. So here we have it, the R5 cable Smith machine. This thing has everything, guys. It's a full setup, so you can actually set up also on the edges. You can set up your J hooks. Once this cable's actually out of the way, chuck that up there. You can put your hooks in, and you've got a place for your barbell to rest. So you can actually pick up, do squats off the back of the rack here. Again, you can set up a bench in here. You can bench off this. You can put these lower. You can do anything off this. The amount of weight that it holds, obviously pull-ups, the stacks in there, each stack is 90 kgs, so that's 180 kgs of weight on the back of the machine, let alone all the weights that hang off the side weight trees there. So there's like probably 400, 500 kgs pushing that way. So you can do stuff where you get bands, you can like pull back on this, TRXs, you can put anything up on here, you're gonna be sweet. So what I love most about the R5, it's got the full cable integration. So, you know, man, it just feels good. Feels good. It doesn't quite feel like the gym ones. If you actually look on in here, when you're pulling that, it's got the single pin which comes up and down. A lot of the ones in the gym, they've got two of these, and it's like just a more stable feeling. I don't know if technically if this is commercial grade, which is gym grade, but you know, it feels pretty close to it. It's a unique squeeze you can get. It doesn't feel as smooth as some of the cables in the gym, but every cable setup's different. I find that it's actually better than some of them in the gym. Other times it's not as good. So if you can get your hands on one of these, go test it first. If you've got a showroom or something like that, it always, you know, helps. You can feel out if you like the cable or not. You don't want to order one of these and pay $4,200, which is the retail value of this, and then not like it, obviously. Another benefit, we've got a full Smith machine set up in here. So the Smith, like honestly, it's insane. The tracking on here is just incredible. Feels like better than any Smith machine that I've used in the gym. Another benefit, coming around the sides here, we've got all our weights trees, so we can just hang all our weights, our bumper plates, anything like that on the sides, and facilitates that storage aspect as well. So really great piece. Really rate this R5 Smith machine. There's a lot of different brands which do these. I think Force USA do one, and you know, there's probably heaps of brands that do these kind of things. Ideally, get in a showroom and try test the quality and see if you like it. One thing I'll say, one bad thing about this, the lightest weight on the stack is 5 kgs. So if you're doing any external rotators, you know, I've got some clients who are like older females, stuff like that. I'd prefer if there's a 2.5 kg option there for us to do some lighter stuff. There's not. So, you know, 5 kg, that's pretty heavy for an external rotator movement. That's like the one thing that would not be ideal about this. A couple of other features as well. We've got the landmine attachments on here. What you do, you put a barbell in there and you can do rows off the back of the barbell, stuff like that. You can do heaps with a landmine. Such an underrated tool to move your body and get some good strength and athleticism here. So coming over here as well, this comes with the attachments for a rack pull as well. So even if you're benching and you're worried you don't have a spotter, we've got the full attachments in here which you can rack pull off. Again, you can even set that up as if you set a bench up here, sometimes with the smaller hooks that was in before, when you're like benching by yourself and you want to rack it, sometimes you don't feel as stable racking it, you can set these up and you know, have the barbell on the edge there. Again, you've got like over 500 kgs of weight back there, so it's not going to tip on you. Coming up next, pretty much the second centerpiece of the gym, which is the dumbbell rack. For me, I've got ranging from 5 kgs to 30 kgs, going up in increments of, you know, we go 5, 6, 7, 8, skip 9. I don't have 9 kgs, I just go to 10s, and then I go to 12.5s, 15, 17.5, 20, 22.5, 25, 27.5, 30, going up in 2.5 kg increments. I could get heavier dumbbells, but for me, if there's movements, you know, like the chest press, I can go a lot heavier, but I'll just slow it down and I'll just do some single arm, unilateral. You can always get a good workout, guys. You don't need the heaviest weight. The reason I don't have heavier dumbbells is just because I haven't invested in them yet, because they are an investment. The heavier you get with these things, the more expensive they get. So with the Hex dumbbells, you're looking at about $5 a kg. So for my 5 to 30s here, this is literally $2,000 retail value of just the dumbbells. Again, with the current situation in the world right now, I've seen these going for way more expensive. They've actually like gone up in price, but retail value standardly is about that $5 Australian per kg. The rack alone behind the dumbbells is about $350. You want to pick up a 3-tier rack like that. You know, pretty important, I think, if you've got this many dumbbells to be able to rack them all. Even though I've got some off the front, it's just what happened when I started to build up my little ones. I was like, the big ones can go on the floor. So next up, while we're talking about weights, I've got a whole heap of these rubber Olympic plates like this. They can fit on the Olympic sized collar on the barbell. These weights, again, you're looking at about $5 per per kg. So personally, I've got 4 20 kg plates, 2 25 kg plates, 2 15 kg plates, 2 10 kg plates, 2 5 kg plates, 2 2.25 kg plates for a total of about 195 kgs in the rubber plates, and that brings us up to about $975 just for those plates. And that's giving you enough weight where, you know, obviously 195 kgs plus your Olympic barbell, you know, you could be deadlifting like 220 kgs almost with that, so pretty decent there. Also, I've got some rubber plates as well, so this is something actually I added into the collection, was getting these big bumper plates. These are usually a bit more expensive, so they're like an Olympic bumper plate. You can drop them on the ground and stuff. They just, sometimes they feel more solid, they just look better when you're doing deadlifts, stuff like that. They're looking at about $7 a kg, so a bit more expensive. Remember, this is Australian dollars, so bumper plates, we've got about 70 kgs in here worth, so that's about $490 in the bumper plates. Next up, if we come over to right here, actually, we've got a pretty solid bench setup. So with this, we've got the leg attachment there. You can do single leg hamstring curls off the back of this pretty solid incline bench in here, so that inclines up. You can also jump in and do quad extensions. So it's actually, honestly, like, it looks really budget, but the squeeze and the contraction you can get, it feels pretty damn unreal. So you can actually get a really good workout in with this. I think from memory this bench is somewhere around $200 to $300. Coming over to these benches, this Celsius one, which is just a flat bench with a bit of height in it, as opposed to that one over there. It can go flat, but it just feels like a mission to move around. This one's just very easy to move around, and that was about $150 from Rebel Sport. This circuit incline bench, it's a nice lighter version of the heavy one, a bit more versatile, you can move around easier. That was around, I think, $150, maybe $120. While we're here as well, while we're talking about weights, these are pretty damn cool actually. Just got these. This is the latest edition which I've got for the den here. These are chains, weighted chains. So basically it ends up with the collar at 10 kgs for this, and you can put it on, you know, on your barbell. I don't think you really put it on a Smith machine, but if you're putting it on your barbell, you can use it to stabilize. You can also, if you're benching or anything like that, if the chains are touching the ground, it's going to get lighter at the bottom of the movement as the chains hit the ground, and then you got to press more chain off the floor. So you can do some cool stuff with these. They are the latest edition, and I think they were $150 from Amazon. Probably not a necessity, but next thing, a water cooler. So I wanted to get a black one. Everything's pretty much black themed in here. I'm very upset with the red on the R5 machine because my Freeze My Fitness colors are blue, so like it's very, I try to just block it out of my memory. Like, I just, not cool. And I've tried to paint it and it's just too much of a mission. It's not worth it. To put one of these things together, that's the next thing, guys. Go on that website, what is it, like the Airtasker app, and hire someone to do it. It's not worth trying to do it yourself. I'm just gonna give you that warning right now. Back to the water cooler. I think this was about $250. It's a blacked out one, so it's, you know, pretty nice looking. I didn't want to, you know, Marketplace had these like $50 like 1980s office brown stained white looking ones. I'm like, no, we need something nice in here, you know. It's got a filter through it as well, so very cool there. Highly rate that, just an extra, you don't really need that. Next up, we've got a weights tree which I bought. I think I just got this for $100 off some random Asian guy in a garage. You know, extra storage for the weights always helps. Fan, I think that's like a $60 fan. If you live in a hot place, you're gonna need a fan. I had this big industrial one when I first moved in here, but it was winter, didn't really need it, and it was so huge. It was like crazy. It was like created like a tornado. But even just the size of it, it was just a bit inconvenient for the space here. So got rid of it. Coming on over, our bars. So this is a very good quality trap bar with a matte black powder coated finish. This costed me about $380. You can pick up trap bars for like anywhere from like maybe around $250, but the quality on this is like next level. It's just such a good bar. So sometimes it's worth paying a bit more for your bars. You'll find the same with the Olympic bars. I think this one here might be around $150 to $200. The Easy Bar, you're probably looking at about $100 to $120 for a good Easy Bar as well. Things like these handles as well, actually. We've got a few of these around. We've got lat pull down ones, the close grip, pulls, the rope extension, stuff like that. You're probably gonna wanna budget a couple $100 to add onto your cable machine. if you do decide to get one, because you can never have enough handles. So much stuff, you'll be surprised. There's so many little things you can always just add into your collection. Coming down here, guys, we've got a commercial grade barbell holder with 6 barbell attachments in there. Commercial grade. For that, I actually paid $150 on the Facebook Marketplace. That was secondhand, so it was quite expensive, but it's, you know, very well weighted and balanced, and it's just a good commercial grade one. Next up, the GHD over here. So this is a must-have for a lot of people. Most people don't train what's behind them enough, so their posterior chain, their glutes, hamstrings, the amount of cool stuff you can do when you lock in here, and the benefits of it for your body, your posture. Holy crap, like it's insane. So probably not a must-have, but if you're someone who wants to do all your training from home, I use this with a lot of clients as well. I do a lot of stuff to help train stuff they don't usually train in the gym, stuff that's a bit less mainstream, I guess you could say. I managed to pick this up for $150 from a gym which was closing down. I think usually you're looking at about $600 or $700 for a new one. Maybe like I got lucky with $150. Usually you're probably finding these for about $300 second hand. Next up, guys, just got a little shelving unit here. I think it was like $30 from Bunnings Warehouse. Nothing crazy. Got the stereo system in there, a couple of $100. You know, you need some good sounds if you're training. And we've got this little timer, which you can barely see in the sun. Kind of sucks. I don't rate this timer that hard because it's hard to see when it's bright in here. Regardless, we've got all that. Got some exercise balls up there as well. We've got some steppers in here. So we've got the tall step and the low step. Good for step up lunges, anything with your feet elevated, you're doing elevated feet press ups, all that kind of stuff. Coming down here, we actually have a preacher curl attachment. So this can actually go in this leg extension piece over there, and you can do preacher curls off the back of it, which is pretty cool. This sled I got from Verve, I think it was about $250, maybe $280. And you can do so much stuff with this. You can put the handles in it, you can push this. Obviously you can't do this in the gym, but if you're training outside, you can do sled drags, you can do so much with the sled. Freaking epic piece of equipment for conditioning. Again, I've actually got my battle ropes in the car, so that's kind of like another outdoor conditioning thing. Worth having some battle ropes. You can put them in the gym, you can wrap them around stuff. You know, if you're trying to get your conditioning up, so good. So pretty much with everything, in terms of the retail value on a lot of this, you know, stacked up with all the weights and stuff, we're looking at about $11,400. And that is not with my treadmill right here. So this Freeform, it's the F1000 treadmill. You're looking at about retail value around $3,500 to maybe $3,700 for this treadmill. It is a full commercial grade treadmill. So it's got the full 20 km/h speed on it, which is, you know, a really big thing to have. Pretty decently stable, can do a decent incline. You can find cheap treadmills, guys, but a lot of the time the incline shit, the max speed is only like 12 km/h, stuff like that. This thing has served me well, and I actually managed to pick it up on Marketplace for $1,400. People say, oh, you can go for a walk or a run if you need. If the weather's shit and you've got some cardio in your weekly program, or you want to hit some cardio before or after your weights, it's pretty damn handy having the treadmill. And for me, actually, I train clients in here. I always start them with 10 minutes warming up here. So there you have it, guys, a full tour and breakdown of the performance stand here, my home gym setup. Hope you all enjoyed the vid, and comment below, let me know what you think. Let me know if it's inspired you to build out your own home gym, or if it's made you think, maybe I don't need one of these, it's a bit expensive. Even actually comment below if you have any cool stories of, like, if you got some cool equipment or any deals you got or anything like that, or if you're struggling at the moment because of this whole COVID situation. Talk to me in the comments, let me know, I'm going to reply to some comments. So with that all being said, I'll see you guys in the next vids, and I hope you all have a good week. Stay getting it, stay positive, and keep working hard on yourself, my Freeze fam.